Yeah. This ain't no handouts. No shortcuts. No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman. Middleman.
No middleman.
Middleman. Middleman.
No middleman.
Middleman. Middleman.
No middleman, I get it direct. Pressure talk, I don't deal in the flex. Cut the line, I don't wait, I collect. If it's mine, I'ma claim my respect. No middleman, I move with intent. Boss moves only, every dollar was spent. No favors, no deals, no rent. Built from the ground, now the whole game bent. Started with a vision, had to cut the distractions. No handshake, just results and reactions. They was talking plays, I was making it happen. Turned losses to losses, then flipped it to passion.
Souls of Thought. Disclaimer. This live stream is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. Statements made are opinions, satire, or hypothetical discussion and should not be interpreted as factual claims. We are not journalists, attorneys, or professionals. We are reacting to publicly available information. No statements should be construed as accusations or assertions of wrongdoing. By viewing this content, you acknowledge that you are responsible for your own interpretations. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. This ain't no handouts. No shortcuts. No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman.
Middleman.
No middleman.
Middleman.
No middleman, I get it direct. Pressure talk, I don't deal in the flex. Cut the line, I don't wait, I collect. If it's mine, I'ma claim my respect. No middleman, I move with intent. Boss moves only, every dollar was spent. No favors, no deals, no rent. Built from the ground, now the whole game bent. Started with a vision, had to cut the distractions. No handshake, just results and reactions. They was talking plays, I was making it happen. Turned losses to losses, then flipped it to passion. No middle, no filter. No hand in my plate, if I want it, I'm going, I don't hesitate. Independent mindset, I control my fate. Now they watch how I move like it's up to debate. No middleman.
Everything I touch, I command.
No middleman, I get it direct. Pressure talk, I don't deal in the flex. Cut the line, I don't wait, I collect. If it's mine, I'ma claim my respect.
No middleman, I move with intent.
You tapped in.
Middleman, I move.
This is no middleman. Hosted by souls, where pressure gets applied.
Yeah. What's good, YouTube family? It is Marvelous Monday. So, were you gonna play some more music?
Oh,
No, okay. Well,
do your
welcome
thing,
in,
do your thing.
welcome in, everybody. I thought I had that other thing down pat, but I don't. So what's going on, YouTube family? It's your girl, Soft Rain, and welcome back. You are tuned in, of course, to No Middleman, where bold conversations meet raw perspective, and the truth is never filtered. This is a space where ideas get challenged, honesty takes center stage, and real dialogue always rises above the noise. So settle in, because you know tonight's conversation is going to be one worth having. And of course, I am your girl, Soft Rain. And we have Souls of Thought. He is the visionary behind the platform, the one who founded RSC, the one who continues to set the tone and bringing his signature, unfiltered perspective and undeniable presence. We got Uncle Plug from Uncle Plug TV. Yeah. Welcome in, everybody that's been in the chat. I know we're running a few minutes behind, but we're glad y'all stayed to get some of this good conversation. Drop those TWRs for souls, the plug emojis for plug, and raindrops or umbrellas for me. And make sure you like, subscribe, share the stream with someone who appreciates real conversation. What you got for us, souls? I know you got a good lineup.
Hey, we got a good show tonight. It might get a little touchy. Might get a little touchy. Might get a little triggered tonight. It might be a little triggering going on. You know, whenever you got to talk about the Negroes, it gets a little triggering. So we're gonna be talking about us a little bit. What's up? What's up? We got everybody in this thing already in too deep. Appreciate you already being here. Appreciate your Sco. Appreciate you, Trishan in the building. TWR. And what's up, Mario Vargas? Hello, hello, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We appreciate everybody who's tuning in tonight, man. We're gonna have a good show on hand for y'all, man. Just to let you guys know, we will be talking a little bit about everything. We will be talking about the Spirit shutdown. We'll be talking about the Voting Act of the 1965. You know what I mean? That's going on. And then we're going to end the show off with a little Stephen A. Smith and Cam Newton. They had an interview, man. We're going to go over there and talk a little bit there. Shout out to our boy Classic in the chat, man. TWR, Plugs, and Raindrop. Great human experience show today. Great human experience show today. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. So I like this new update. I don't know if y'all paid attention, but now when you click on it, StreamYard phase them out. StreamYard upgrade, man. So shout out, man. As y'all see, Into Deep said, welcome in newbies. As you come in, please click the like button. Subscribe. It's free. Free way to support the channel, man. So appreciate Into Deep as well. But y'all know how we do it, man. We got something a little new for y'all, man. We've been cooking up behind the scenes, but y'all know we got the one and only Radar with Rain, man. We're going to get right to the news today. We're going to get right to the news today and get this thing popping, man. So y'all welcome to the
Hey, I like that. Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Grown. That's grownish. Yeah. So, all right, everybody, welcome back. This is On the Radar with Rain, where we break down stories making news across culture, the news, and the internet. And tonight, we got a conversation that might make you look at your phone a little differently. We got geofencing and location tracking. A protester shutting down a major bridge in DC, and something being called Project Freedom. So now on the surface, these look like three separate stories, but when you step back, they're all asking the same question: who really has control? So we're going to start here with the geofencing. There is a growing conversation around something called geofencing. Now, in simple terms, that allows law enforcement to collect data from companies like Google to identify every device in a specific location at a certain time. And back in 2019, there was this gentleman that robbed a bank. And a couple of years later, they actually found him because of a warrant through Google to track all the phone numbers that had been in that area. So it's not, when they do this geofencing, it's not just like centered toward one somebody. It's not just a suspect, not just a name, but it's like everybody that was in that area at that specific time. So instead of identifying that one person, authorities can request data that shows every phone, every device, every person who was in that location. People are concerned because this raises serious questions about the Fourth Amendment. Because that amendment is supposed to protect you from unreasonable searches, broad surveillance, and being investigated without cause. But with geofencing, it's not targeted, it's wide. And that's why critics are calling it indiscriminate surveillance. So you can go ahead and play it.
surveillance.
Surveillance.
Case about digital privacy, specifically whether geofence warrants are constitutional. Before we get to the case, a brief explainer on what geofencing is. When a crime is committed, the government can draw a virtual fence around the scene. Then investigators can request a warrant, compelling tech companies to share information on users who were within that geofence at the time the crime was committed. Kent Erdahl now explains how that applies to this case. Kent?
Well, the case involves a 2019 bank robbery in Virginia. Investigators were able to identify a suspect and convict him thanks to this geofence warrant obtained from Google. But the bank isn't all that's included in the circle that you see. There's also a local church and multiple businesses, meaning they had to sort through multiple phones. The attorney for Okello Chatri told the Supreme Court today that the geofence warrant used to ID and convict his client of bank robbery amounted to an unconstitutional digital fishing expedition.
This certainly will be a landmark Fourth Amendment case.
U of M professor Tim Johnson says the case is similar to one decided by the Minnesota Supreme Court less than 2 weeks ago, which found a murder investigation in Dakota County took the technology too far.
The geofences involved in this case, as well as in the Minnesota case, are all about casting a broad net and saying, let's look and see everybody who might have been in that area electronically during the time of a crime, and then we can maybe start narrowing down who we want to look at as our suspects.
In the Minnesota case, our Supreme Court said that law enforcement can still obtain geofence warrants to track phones around, say, a crime scene. But they say those warrants need to be extremely limited in both time and geographic scope, so they don't ensnare too many innocent people.
That's where the court is going to have to determine how broadly it wants to make a decision.
And based on arguments today, he thinks justices will lean more toward privacy than police.
It seemed to me that the Chief Justice and Justice Gorsuch were slightly skeptical of the government's argument in terms of how broad these geofences can be in terms of looking for suspects. And I think that probably bodes well for some Fourth Amendment protections from geofences. Maybe not full protection, but some broader based protection.
Of course, we won't know for sure how this case turns out until the court issues a formal opinion, which isn't expected until late June.
Really fascinating.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about that? What if you were in the wrong place at the wrong time? So you think that really makes you part of the investigation? And if your phone's always with you all the time, are you always being tracked?
That's crazy.
Well, we talked about this. We talked about that eye in the sky. Everything's recorded. Everywhere you go is recorded. There's when they want to find out, they'll find it out. They'll find it out. You know what I mean? So
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, my boy. You already know. It's going down. You can cry all you want to, but the Patriot Act shut down all that. Hey, you need to go back to 01, man. Y'all want to go back to 01 and find out about the Patriot Act? That shut all that down. Yeah, you know. Yeah. Shows you see about your cell thing was bouncing off the towers at this time.
Yeah. Tristan said we can't commit crimes in peace.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Yeah. So shifting over to what looks like to be the opposite side of that conversation. So over in Washington, D.C., a couple of days ago, a protester climbed to the top of the Frederick Douglass Memorial Bridge and shut the whole thing down. This isn't random. This is actually the same individual who did this before. And last time he stayed up there for nearly 27 hours. He did have a tent up there this time too. So according to reports, he is protesting government leadership, the war in Iran, AI, and broader issues around controls and systems. This time he came prepared. He set up a tent, secured himself to the structure, and he's posting updates from the top. And actually, I ran across another video where they did an interview. I forgot what news station it was, but they did an interview with him like via FaceTime while he was up there at night. So I don't know. Is this protest or is it disruption? So you can go ahead and play the video. So.
Morning in a row, a man will be waking up at the top of the Frederick Douglass Memorial Bridge in D.C.
He climbed the bridge on Friday in protest of several key issues, but now he's saying that he is willing to come down.
Okay, so News 4's Adam Tuss following this story live in Southeast D.C., where police and negotiators are working to help bring that protester down safely. Adam?
That used to be my backyard view.
Oh, yeah, Millette and Tony, they've actually been talking to him over a loudspeaker in just the past couple of minutes. We've been following that. And since I last joined you an hour ago, he is awake. I want to show you this protester on top of the bridge right now. He's been standing up there at times, going in and out of his tent, and he has unveiled that familiar black banner that he has been flying over the bridge. This has all happened in the last hour or so. Go and look down on the bridge deck now. I want to show you the police presence that's there as they continue to try to negotiate with this protester who has been on the bridge for days. And then you see in the water an actual police boat with its flashing lights on this morning. Obviously, this is a fluid situation, but this protester did send out a social media post overnight saying that he would be coming down from the bridge soon, and we have certainly seen some movement. Now, listen, we shot some video earlier this morning of the protester standing on top of the bridge, way high in the sky, climbed all the way up to the top of the Frederick Douglass Memorial Bridge. We have no idea if he has any ropes, any safety gear, but he has certainly been up there for a couple of days. All of this causing some traffic delays as parts of the bridge are closed down, and it's also causing quite a spectacle down here in the Navy Yard and Southeast neighborhood. Listen to how some residents are describing this.
Absolutely. It's amazing that he's been up there for so long. We were here on Saturday, and it's like more cop cars down there than people stopping to watch, which surprised me. But yeah, anything that makes a statement, nonviolent, good.
And back in now live as we continue to see the situation at the Douglas Bridge, the sun coming up, hitting the bridge here. And the protester, we're told, will be making a move at some point here. We expect it today as police continue to try to negotiate with this person who is protesting the war in Iran, the Trump administration, AI, a number of different things. And guys, this is not the first time this protester, this exact protester, has climbed this bridge. He did it in 2022 as well to protest the overturning of Roe v. Wade. So hopefully all of this comes to a peaceful and safe conclusion, guys. We'll be watching. Back to you.
All right, Adam Tusser.
Yeah, so what I just looked up to see if I can get an update on it, but according to a couple of different YouTube pages that have live streams on it, he's still up there. So he's been up there for like 4 days now. So,
he gonna get hungry.
yeah, while he's been up there, you know, traffic's been stopped, emergency services are impacted, and public safety becomes a factor. So how y'all feel about this? I think it's a bit extreme, but I don't think anything's going to come, any change will come of it, but he is gaining attention.
Go for what you know, bro. Fight for what you believe in.
Yeah.
Stand strong.
I
Don't
think
be
it goes
thirsty.
back to I think it goes back to what that lady said. Hey, he ain't causing no harm. He's doing a non-violent protest.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
You know what makes me think about though is why isn't it anyone else out there protesting with him? Like, you don't have to be on the top, but why aren't you even protesting with him? Like that, like we talked about this a few months ago with like when things happen, nobody's there to follow you, right? Like everybody has these initiatives and want to believe in this and fight for this. Like we have become a thumb thug. Like you still got these old school protesters who believe in, hey, my actions going to speak louder than my words. So, man, I shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. I hope he sees every year he go up there here by himself. So,
hey, brother, if you can hear me, keep it alive.
Keep hope alive. He go alive.
Let's go.
He said he's a leader. Yeah.
And our last story that I have, Trump is introducing what he calls Project Freedom, where the Strait of Hormuz, he's trying to get the Americanized ships through there without, because the Strait of Hormuz is still blocked as far as I think I know, maybe. So depending on how you look at it, some people are framing it as a move towards national security, strategic control, or military positioning. Others are looking at it as deeper questions like what freedom actually means right now. For whatever reason, my notes from this is missing, so you can go ahead and play the video.
Alex Hogan in Doral, Florida. Alex, what's you got down there?
Hi, Joey. So just minutes ago, we got this news that President Trump announcing a new operation. This is Project Freedom that will allow some of the ships that have been stuck in the Strait of Hormuz to be safely escorted out of that waterway. The president, who is here in Doral at his golf club watching the PGA Cadillac Championship, posted this on Truth Social, saying, for the good of Iran, the Middle East, and the United States, we have told these countries that we will guide their ships safely out of these restricted waterways so that they can freely and ably get on with their business. Today, the Iranians claim that the U.S. has responded to their latest proposal. President Trump posted online that he doubted that the proposal would be acceptable. Iran says this is a 14-point plan following the U.S.'s 9-point proposal. Iran says that these were not nuclear negotiations, and President Trump has made clear that Iran's nuclear capability is a non-negotiable.
There has to be a wide open Strait of Hormuz, and there has to be a turnover of the enriched uranium and no path to a nuclear weapon. Those are the goals that the president's laid out and that we must achieve. And it really is in Iran's hands.
The administration is greenlighting more than $8.6 billion in emergency arms sales to partners in the Middle East. It comes amid growing tensions with European allies. Today, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz says there's no link between the recent comments and the U.S. decision to remove troops from Germany, saying, quote, I'm not giving up on working with the transatlantic relationship, nor am I giving up on working with Donald Trump. Although last night, President Trump says that there could be an even larger withdrawal.
Well, yeah.
Why is the U.S. removing troops from Germany?
We're going to cut way down, and we're cutting a lot further than 5,000. Thank you very much.
Now, in terms of this latest announcement, Project Freedom, the president says that this will aim to free up companies and individuals, especially for those who have been on ships that have been unable to move out of the Strait of Hormuz. President also giving a warning saying that if there is any interference with this mission to try to get these ships out of the Strait of Hormuz safely, that will be dealt with forcefully. Joey.
Alex Hogan, thanks for the update.
So yeah, I spoke on Germany, them downside or withdrawing troops from Germany, a whole brigade combat team. I don't think that's going to be like a big impact on Germany and what we have over there. But I do, honestly, I like the fact that he's trying to move towards helping getting those ships through the Strait of Hormuz, because we need these gas prices to go back down. I don't know if it's going to help, but it needs to go back down because they topped over $4 down here this past weekend, and I don't like that because I don't like having to my car that usually takes 25, less than $30 worth of gas is gonna take 50, and I don't like it.
Ooh, I almost never see that.
You glitching over there. You glitching.
Me?
You glitching.
Me?
No, Rain was glitching the whole time.
I was?
No, I heard a loud and clear.
It was glitching on my end. I could,
Oh man.
but as long as y'all heard, I'm sure they were able to hear you out there. Into Deep said it's a humanitarian gesture on behalf of the United States, Middle Eastern countries, but in particular the country of Iran, says President Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So he said it's a humanitarian gesture. Telling y'all, man. Telling y'all, man. I think Trump just showing everybody, you get in charge, you can do what you want.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Yeah,
Man,
all he telling you can do what you want.
Try hard.
Yeah. You can do what you want.
Yeah. So,
and Tristan, hey, I'm glad they said this, Tristan. I'm glad they talked about I kept telling everybody I did presidential security in DC. Biden was at the golf course every day in Delaware. That's all they do, dog. They all playing golf together. The Democrats, the Republicans, they all right now laughing right now, chuckling at everything Rain said about gas. You believe it? You hear? Yeah, they ain't paying for an ounce of gas. They ain't paying for an ounce of gas.
Wow. Wow work.
Yeah, it's a big game, man. It's a game. It's a game, dog.
So, if y'all are catching this on the rewatch, are we being more protected or more controlled? Is technology helping us or watching us? And when we say freedom, what does that actually look like? So, drop your thoughts in the chat. This is On the Radar with Rain, where we don't follow headlines. We write down what they really mean. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and stay tapped in, because the truth is always moving, and we're going to stay right on top of it. And make sure y'all join me on
Go ahead, Ray. It was muted. Go ahead. You said you was at join us somewhere.
Muted. Oh, make sure y'all join me on Sunday evenings. I'm gonna try to lock in at 7 p.m. It's gonna be hard for me. I'll be trying to get in there. Sunday evenings, weekly recap of Rain, where I recap your top stories of the week. And yeah, come join me live on Sunday nights, Sunday evenings.
All right. I apologize if I'm cutting you off. Like, your stuff is glitching on my end. So I apologize if I'm cutting you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be good for everybody else, but it's glitching horrible on my end. So I apologize if I cut you off. I just couldn't hear nothing, so I just clicked it.
Oh, do I need to go out and come back in?
Nah, it could be me.
Good. I can hear you. It's on his end.
Plug say you good. I don't know how if it's my end if I could hear plug in myself and not just you.
Man.
Okay, we good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was the Radar with Rain. Like she said, make sure y'all catch her on the weekly Radar with Rain every Sunday at is it 7 p.m. Eastern time?
7 Eastern.
7 Eastern time for her.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all check her out, man, where she brings great news, man. It's super dope entertainment. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. But you know, we got our next segment, man, that nobody wants to miss. We got the Real Spill with Plug.
Let me talk to you for a second. Patience. It's about patience. Patience ain't about sitting still. It's about staying locked in when nothing is happening. See, a lot of people think patience means waiting. Nah, patience means working without seeing the results yet. That's the part people don't like. Because we live in a world where everything is instant. Instant money, instant likes, instant attention. So when something takes time, people start doubting. They start questioning the process, questioning themselves, even questioning the vision. But let me tell you something. Anything real takes time. Growth takes time. Healing takes time. And building something solid, that takes time. And patience is what keeps you grounded while it's happening. See, patience is discipline. It's waking up and doing the work even when you don't feel like it. It's trusting the process even when you don't see progress. Just because you don't see it, don't mean it ain't working. Seeds don't grow overnight. You plant it, you water it, you protect it. And for a while, it looks like nothing is happening. But under the surface, everything is developing. That's your life right now. So don't rush it. Don't compare your timeline to nobody else. Don't let impatience make you quit. Something that's meant for you, because the people who win, they're not always the most talented. They're just the ones who stay patient long enough to see it through. So stay locked in, stay consistent, stay patient. Your time is coming. Just don't leave before it arrives. I'm Uncle Plug. Choose wisely and act accordingly.
Awesome. That was Uncle Plug from Uncle Plug TV with the Real Spill with Plug. Was everybody in the chat able to hear that good?
I heard every word.
It got to be my end when y'all going individually because it
did
chopped up the whole time. I'm glad I know his ending line. I'm glad we got our stuff together. I know when he say choose wisely, act accordingly, I know what to do. I know what to do. Hey, that's why we got to have these pointers. Some people outros change every week. So you never know when they finish it up. But other than that, you know, like Plug just talked about patience. You got to have patience. You know, you got to have patience with the team. You got to have patience with everybody. What age did y'all all experience patience though? Like when did patience really get you guys like where you are today?
About 30. It was like early 30s. Yeah.
I don't know. Because I grew up as, you know, an only child. You know, I have an older brother, but we didn't live in the same household. I grew up an only child. So that spoiled like I want now, you know, kind of took over for a little bit of my life, I would say. But it's, you know, it's tough to have patience sometimes, especially when you do want something now, or you do desire it. The complete. I think I have trouble with waiting on an ending. The completed. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard going through taking, especially with yourself. Being patient with yourself is tough. because you think you could be further than what you are alone now. But having that patience to really and the not necessarily the patience, but having the want and the desire to get to that end, but you want that end right now, you got to go through it to get to it. So sometimes you got to be patient with yourself because it's not going to happen overnight. Not going to happen overnight, you know.
Okay. The chat talking. Classic said, I'm naturally very patient. These days, I choose intolerance over patience with people. Patience in line for an event, no problem.
Classic, I actually noticed that about you. You're very patient. I noticed that about you a lot, especially on your live streams and in person. You're very patient. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be impatient as hell, but I learned patience. Time will teach you patience, and don't pray for it because he gonna definitely test you. I'm telling you.
Trisha said, patience stops me from crashing out all the way. And Too Deep said, patience I learned at 6 because BTA belt to you know what slow my black behind down. I think Classic brought up he said thank you, Rain. Classic said thank you. I think Classic brought up a good nuance there with the intolerance though. If you're intolerant in certain areas, are you really patient?
Bring it down for me.
No, I'm just like, it's just a simple question. Like if you're intolerant in certain areas, are you really a patient person? That's a good nuance.
Just because some like aggravate, I would put intolerance with some aggravation. It's just because something aggravating you don't necessarily mean you're impatient. It's just aggravating at you.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
Go. Trish, shout out to Trish said I like how everybody has their own segments. This is actually going to be a great segue question into Souls Talk today. So I appreciate you. Hold on before he said, nope, you cannot be intolerant and patient. In Too Deep said, I like to be indifferent. If it doesn't really affect me emotionally, I don't let it affect me physically. Okay. He said it could be in regards to a specific thing, though. Yeah. That's what I was saying. I appreciate you breaking that down, because he said no, you can't be intolerant and patient. That's why I was wondering. But this right here really hit home with what Tristan just said. He said, I like that everybody got their own segment. That's fire. It's actually going to go into the Souls Talk of today. And this actually comes from the conversation that Uncle Plug started yesterday. And I think sometimes when we ask questions, we kind of ask them very vaguely with a bigger question on the back end. But I'm telling you, it just all lined up. Like this is just all lined up, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Because it fell in my lap, literally, like this morning. Like earlier this morning, it fell in my lap. Because like it's crazy. So here goes Souls Talks. So welcome to Souls Talks, man. Took all the AI out of there, man. Keep it a little
What doing this motherfucking game, man.
Kept it a little
use your
short.
24 wisely, man. Use your 24 wisely.
Plug hitting right on the head. Plug hitting on the head, man. So this is crazy because I love questions. Like I think if you're an inquisitive person, man, I love inquisitive people. I love people who ask very vague questions because it allows you to now dig deeper into the question. So yesterday, Plug asked a question to the group. I ain't gonna talk about the group question, but he asked the question to the group, and literally this was the first thing on my thing today. Just to give y'all a little background, it says quality over quantity. And This right here, the backstory behind Bobby J. Nick, this black dude actually created something called the Neighborhood Podcast, where he literally sits in his backyard, 2 chairs, and talks to his neighbors. So every neighbor has a different interview. Well, it's super dope. This Asian gentleman right here, I forgot his name that quickly from this morning, but he was the one who initially brought up the idea. But this is a quick short from their first episode. So I wanted y'all to hear what this gentleman had to say, and I want y'all to think about the Souls Talk of the day: quality over quantity. So here we go.
Addressing quality over quantity. What I mean by that is today it's so easy to get caught up in how many likes a photo gets or how many follows you have. And those are what I call, they're obviously quantity likes. It's just people who, for whatever reason, liked a certain post that you put out there. But at the end of the day, they're not anywhere near there for you. What we want to emphasize is the quality likes, the people who like you, your wife, your kids, your mom and dad, maybe your neighbor, a good friend. But the biggest quality like, it has to be yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where finding that purpose comes in. How do you get to like yourself? Because once that happens, everything else will fall into place. I think what this podcast kind of boils down to is stressing quality over quantity. What I mean by that is today it's so easy to get caught up in how many likes a photo gets or how many follows you have. And those are what I call, they're obviously quantity likes. It's just people who, for whatever reason, liked a certain post that you put out there. But at the end of the day, they're not anywhere near there for you. What we want to emphasize is the quality likes, the people who like you, your wife, your kids, your mom and dad, maybe your neighbor, a good friend. But the biggest quality like, it has to be yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where finding that purpose comes in. How do you get to like yourself? Because once that happens, everything else will fall into place. I think.
So there you have it. That's the question of the night for Souls Talk: quality over quantity. What is y'all thoughts about what the gentleman said, and how do y'all really look at that when you take it on into your day-to-day life?
You're not in your head, Plug. Go ahead.
Oh, I was waiting on you. I ain't gonna even lie. Ladies first.
No, but go ahead.
I'll go, sweetie. My thing was is like when I always show the gratitude, for the people that come in and actually sit with us. That's actually that we feel that we know that they're a part of our community. The ones that we think about when they're not there. You know what I mean? And those are the quality. Those are the quality likes. Those are the quality watches. The ones that be in our chat, man. Very much appreciated. And when it comes to the quantity, we thrive for those because we know, that what gets us into the algorithm. You know what I mean? But to me, it gets us in the algorithm, but it's nothing like not even putting out a post or even a anything on the gram or nothing. It's just people just get that notification and they pull up like that. There's nothing like that genuine love like that, man. There's nothing better than that. That's what keeps me wanting to do this all the time. You know what I mean? So my question that I posed to the team or the family was just to see what everybody thought. Just to get it wasn't to say that we were or we weren't, but it's the fuck. But it's more like just seeing where everybody's head was at. You know what I mean? Just like a nice little poll, just to see where everybody's head was at, see where everybody's thinking. You know what I mean? So that's what the comments are for. The comments are for, see what people think, what they thought about the content, what they thought about the questions, what they thought about, whatever they had on their mind. Come and share with the family. You know what I mean? So you can go and escape your day and come on over here with us, and you know we can chop it up a little bit.
What you got, Rain?
Quality over quantity every day. I would rather have a few solid things than a million things that are not solid. So I always choose quality over quantity, and that's friendships, that's relationships, that's physical things. You know, always quality over quantity. I can have a million T-shirts, but that were $2 a piece. But if I spend $5, I can have half a million with better quality. So I mean, Uncle Plug went into the spiel of course, our family, our RSC family, you know, what we got going on. And I appreciate the small few who do come back on a regular basis to check us out and stay here with us, and appreciate who we are and what kind of content we bring them, because we bring quality content as well. All 5 of us do. You know, we really take our time to put art into our craft and give them great things to view and watch. It takes time. It takes dedication. It takes a creative mind as well. So them coming back all the time is them showing us their appreciation for the art that we're putting out to them too. So we appreciate it. If y'all are hearing us in the chat, everybody that's in the chat and everybody that's watching this, we appreciate y'all always coming back and watching and spending your time with us as well, because that's what we're here for. We're here to create content for y'all too. So
yeah,
well said. Well said, sis.
Yeah, I like that. Was like the best articulation on it. Man, let me give you. Hold on. We're gonna celebrate these moments, these milestones. Hold on. We're gonna
gotta give us some love. Rose.
She might be alive. She might be alive. She might be alive. So we're gonna definitely get to the chat. I like this conversation. And I didn't even put anything in the chat. I didn't. My lack of response was intentional. Because I love to be able to like sit back and see everything. And I'm telling you, this was the first thing on my YouTube. I opened it up this morning. It was the first thing. Like, it was crazy. So like it aligned with everything. And then when I think about quality over quantity, this is how I look at it, and this is only Soul's thought process. Quality equals long-term success. Quantity seems like you're chasing. Let me say that again. Quality over time, to me, reflects long-term success. Quantity says that you're chasing. And the reason why I thought about this is not just from a content area, but I'm thinking about all successful businesses, right? If you take Jordan, for instance, when Jordans first came out, they were flooding the way, right? He was dropping the shoe, boom, 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 boom. Now they're very selective about what they drop, when they drop, or why they drop it. Once you start creating quality, the long-term success will already add itself up. The quality keeps it in. You look at any successful clothing company. When they first come out, they're making a bunch of pieces, shirts, pants, socks, everything. But once they hit their peak and they reach that wealth success that they're looking for, their drops become more strategic, more strategies behind it, and better quality. And like, so when I think about quality over quantity, like I think about like what Tristan just said. Man, he went from watching No Middleman where everybody was just talking to now we got segments. Now we got intro segments. Now, before you know it, we got something coming in the future where I ain't gonna have to sit at my desk no more. Like, so it's a lot of things when you're creating content and giving people quality, it will sustain you long term. Because it's just like when you watch a TV show, right? Did any of y'all watch what's the one that was real popular on Netflix? The kids. Shoot. They what's the
Stranger Things?
Stranger Things. Stranger Things, if you was a true fan of it, the first season and the quality of the first season drew you in. And then they started teasing you, and then they made you wait. They made us wait like over a year to get that last finale they just came out with. Like, because people look for things that has quality behind it. You know, and I don't want people to mistake that like volume is not a good thing. But even when you have volume, does your quality increase? Does the whole package increase? Like what am I getting? You know what I mean? Like what is it really gonna look like that I'm giving a person? Is it redundancy or is it like growth? And I think about quality over quantity when I think about companies. And when I thought about what he said, it does matter about the quality, right? Like of who giving you a like, who's really chiming in. Like Plug said, like me and Plug did our sports show. The dude literally commented, and then the next show he was there. Like that's quality. Like they seen something that kept them attached to 1181 pressure plays. Like that's really what it's about over time. And then I look at it to make this short. I'm selling you a disservice if I don't improve my product. If my product does not improve over time, I'm selling my audience short because you came to me because you like me. But now what am I going to do to show you that I'm now bringing you more quality because I understand, you know what I mean? And I feel like over time, hypothetically, let's say no middleman might cut down to one night a week, but we're still bringing you quality and quantity because we all make up no middleman. So if Plug is able to create a new show, he's still part of no middleman. He's still part of society. That's still quantity, but he's bringing quality. Rain, look at what Soft Rain doing, slowly building her own individual show on Thursday. Quality. She's bringing segments into her weekly Radar Rain. Quality. And then eventually the quantity will get there. But I think the quality is what keeps people long term. So that was just a long spiel for Soul's Talk. But I thought it was a great question by Plug that he posed because you can look at it in so many different ways. But I'm going to let you read the comments, Rain.
Tristan says, so y'all basically saying I have some growing up to do still. Laugh out loud. Got it. Ramon said on the bright side about Spirit, at least my luggage ain't getting lost no more. We're going to get into that in a little bit. Classic said, hey, T, don't feel bad. I have to regrow up too. I took a few steps back. I'm in my YN era, dog. Tristan said, that's real-ish, dog. 100. Classic said, I've always believed in pushing both. If you can't do it once, you can do it indefinitely. Example, I will never run out of good song ideas, so I make 1 million songs. But you're good at what you do, Classic. You make great songs. Tristan said, I think this is practical for the average person in the sense that our internal value is the quality of our life. He hit the nail on the head with that. Hey, Jen. Jen said the quality of work will sustain you. If your work is redundant and unintentional, it doesn't matter how much quantity you have. And Too Deep said, welcome in, newbies. As you come in, please click on the like button and subscribe. It's a free way to support the channel. And Tristan said, you guys are the example. I stayed because of the quality of the conversation. Even though I agree mostly with the points, I also had the opportunity to learn. And Classic said, I think the biggest takeaway for me is people feeling like they have to choose. Quality and quantity isn't always an either or. Classic always says, if a player averages 30 points for the season and his team wins a championship, isn't that quality with quantity? And Too Deep said, the weekly rain report is on Sundays at 7 Eastern if naps are good to her. Yeah. Uncle Plug said, if y'all see me swatting a fly, swatting a fly. Got in today when I was on the smoker. Laugh out loud. What was you smoking, Plug?
I did some chicken thighs, some chicken wing.
Okay. I will say, y'all, we are right now currently live on TikTok on my personal Big Pressure page. So I do want to say right quick, thank y'all, the people that are on TikTok viewing, thank y'all for joining the view. Make sure you like and subscribe and go over to the Souls of Thought page so we can increase there as well. So if y'all are watching over on TikTok, go over to YouTube, Souls of Thought, and all of us. So stick around and we'll get all those pages out to y'all shortly. So we are all on TikTok, y'all.
Did y'all appreciate your rain? Did y'all want to answer this? Y'all want to answer this?
What's that? If a
Question.
player averages 30 points for the season and his team wins the championship, is that quality with quantity?
Player averages 30 points for the season. Championship.
It's not that I can't. I'm trying to figure out how I want to answer that. Let me dabble a bit. I can answer that. I'm gonna think of a good way to answer that question.
What you got, Rain?
I would. Is 30 points average for a player in an NBA season? What is average point? I don't know. I can't talk too much sports. So Race has said that's consistency. Oh.
I look at it as depending on who's the player. Let's say if that's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, that's not quality anymore. We expect that from him. I feel like his quality would be perfect example. Russell Westbrook showed me what NBA quality looks like. He went from being a star to a star that could average a triple double and change history. Like, to me, yeah, it's great that you scored 30, but what else can you bring to the team? Because if you score 30 and we still lose games over time, that's just you scoring 30 points. The quality would be, okay, you seen that we was on a 10-game losing streak, you were averaging 30, so you averaged 25 but add 5 more assists. Now you assisting more and y'all brought wins to it. So that's what I would say. What you got for it, Plug? You finally got one? Race said 30 game is solid every time.
I said, what? He said, y'all got it.
It's just the it's the question. It's the question for me. And because that's still a contribution. Now, whether, in that aspect, that contribution is helping us get to a championship. But he says that quality and quantity, but that's only in that aspect. You know what I mean? Like, that's only in that aspect. That's just like if a player didn't get thrown at the entire game, and then finally on the last play while the game's on the line, he got a pass breakup that stopped the touchdown in the final seconds of the game. That wasn't quantity, but that was definitely quality. You know what I mean? So putting it in that aspect of that question, that's you're leading the witness.
And 2D said Michael Jordan holds the record for the highest career playoff scoring average, 33.4 points per game, and scored a record 63 points in a single playoff game in 1986.
Yeah, it's just like, but if you think about that wasn't quantity, but that was quality. And it helped to win the championship. I mean, that question of 30 points a game. That question ain't gonna help me to answer the question, because that's crazy to say 30 points a game ain't. Of course, that's pressure. Anybody scoring 30 points a game is gonna be pressure. But in the aspect of which you asking that question over the discussion, that don't mesh.
Classic said there's a barber that gives a 10 out of 10 cut but takes 1 hour. There's another barber that gives a 10 out of 10 cut 20 minutes, cut in 20 minutes. The faster one is the quality with quantity. I can see that.
Yeah, but then
as long as you're giving that same service.
I can also see that barber that's cutting in them 20 minutes. That's all he got. That dude that takes an hour, somebody might appreciate the time and the effort that he's putting in on their head. You know what I mean? Because if I did the same time as the owner of the shop, you know, if I did that 7 o'clock, but he only works 4 days, you know, 14 days out of the month. So if he comes in at 7 o'clock and leaves at 11, I come in at 9 and I leave at 8. We're both on our feet the entire time. If I extended my time, I'd be cutting the same time he's cutting. And at the same time, we leave with the same money. It's the same thing. Those questions, I understand. I understand those questions. It still doesn't. The question doesn't apply to what the subject matter is. But quantity, and if you want to equate quantity and quality, of course, continue.
All right, y'all. All right.
Ray said it depends on his position. As a guard, that's pro level. As a forward, it must come with rebounds, few fouls, some turnovers, and 5 block shots. And Two Deep said they lost in the 63 when he scored too many points. Classic said Floyd Mayweather was quality with quantity. Andre Ward is quality with quantity. Serena Williams, quality with quantity. It ain't an either or unless you believe it is. Classic said doesn't change the fact that it is quality with quantity. You talking about preference now. Goalpost got wheels. Classic said you can be as great as you want, as many times as you want, for as long as you want. If you believe otherwise, it will be the reality. He also says some of the best-selling songs were made in 30 minutes. This topic needs to be on Mythbusters. And Ray said, good American steel, quality. Cheap Chinese steel, quantity.
You just want to be right.
So that's that was Soul's Talk, man. Today was about quality over quantity, man. Hopefully that gives a good, healthy debate for those who would like to discuss it in the future, man. We appreciate y'all chiming in.
Love it.
There we go, man. So now we're about to get into the meat and potatoes of tonight's conversation. We're going to be getting into our 3 topics for tonight, and we're going to start off with something more soft, something more easy to digest. We're going to be talking about Spirit Airlines shutdown, man. Everybody's thoughts on the Spirit Airlines shutdown. So
I had one for you too that I could have sent you to, bro. I wish I'd have known that you was covering
Spirit Airlines just collapsed overnight. And if you think that this is about one cheap airline disappearing, then you're not paying attention. This is about to hit your pockets, your travel, and the entire airline industry. After 30 plus years in the game, Spirit Airlines is shutting down operation. Flights canceled, customers stranded. And just like that, one of the biggest ultra-low cost carriers is gone.
Spirit, believe it or not, started flying in 1983. I think it was called Charter Air at the time. And in 1992, it changed its name to Spirit. So we've been in the air since 1983. What is that? 43 years.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, that's over. Now, here's what really happened. We all know that Spirit built its whole business on being the cheapest option in the sky. Charge you for everything else. Bags, seats, even damn near breathing. That model only works when costs stay low. But in this economy, we know that everything went up. And let's start out with fuel prices. Fuel prices are up. Operation cost is up. Competition is way worse. You got airlines like Delta and United offering cheaper economy options. They were bleeding money. Now think about this. They just canceled Spirit overnight. You got people that had tickets to go places. You got people that was ready to come back from places that they went via Spirit. So what's going to happen? Are they going to get reimbursed? Will Spirit be issuing refunds? Because Spirit ain't even a company no more. It's over. And we already know the reason it's all over. It's all over because of the economy. This ain't the only thing that's going to be closing. It's going to be a lot of shit to follow behind Spirit. Mark my words. I'm out. Spirit Airlines.
So what do you guys think about this Spirit Airlines closing down?
They're cheaper than them. How Frontier still in the air? Wait, hold on. Didn't Spirit buy Frontier?
Mm-mm.
They didn't. So how is Spirit shutting down and Spirit ain't? Both of them are horrible airlines. It's just because of the seating. God, leave, bro.
I've never.
You were dead, man.
I never flown on Spirit. I'm a Delta gal. For the most part, I'm gonna try to fly Delta first. Then if schedules don't align, then I'll look at other airlines and I'll look at prices as well, depending on. I'll fly budget and stay luxury. So I would rather spend my money on where I'm laying my head rather than.
She glitched.
Oh, okay. I ain't want to say nothing because y'all said it was my side, so I ain't want to say. I ain't want to say she paused.
But I was glitching. I was glitching too. So I was glitching too. I just came back.
What is your thoughts about it, Plug? While we wait on Rain to get back.
I am totally and befuddled about it. I mean, because they tried everything to stay in the air, but I think the state of the economy is it. And I think a lot of people are realizing that, to pay a little more, to be more comfortable on the flight, because it's a lot. I remember when Southwest wasn't so busy. Now Southwest is busy. Every time I fly Southwest to go to the crib or go on a trip, man, Southwest is busy.
That's what I prefer. I mean? I prefer Southwest.
Yeah, Southwest, or I was even thinking about, I was flying American for a minute. It was either between American and Southwest. Only thing that differentiated was the two bags that were free.
Yeah,
it was always my choice. But I was like, nah, that's dead. You know what I mean? I might as well go and jump on American. You know what I mean? So I guess everybody is choosing comfort over economy. You know what I mean? They're choosing comfort over, the low price ticket. And then, if you notice, like whether you're on Frontier, Spirit, like the demographic changes a hell of a lot. The demographic changes a lot. Like sitting in that terminal and looking around, when you ain't got to look up and see if that's a Frontier flight. You can tell. You walking up on a Spirit flight, you can tell. Southwest, it gets a little calmer. Delta, American Airlines, and Delta, you be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like it's told. You can tell when you in what terminal. You can tell the demographic changes dramatically.
Yeah. I think Spirit is a so I know why you would have thought Spirit. So
sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm having technical difficulties over here on this side. My apologies.
Huh? That's what we doing.
He's stuck. Is he stuck? What?
I'm sorry. We're saying what? What the hell going on? I'm like, what's going on, sugar?
No, but I think why you would have thought Frontier was purchased by Spirit was because Spirit and Frontier had the same investors. So Indigo Group was one of the first investors into Spirit after they switched from Charter to Spirit. And then they went over into that. But Spirit is another perfect example of the conversation we just had too.
Quality.
It became quantity over quality. Once Spirit started to invest, they started to spread their money between Vanguard Group. They was also with the BlackRock Group. And then after the COVID pandemic hit, they had to get money. They had to get government funding of $334 million for the COVID refund relief. Once you start spreading yourself too thin and you got to rob Peter to pay Paul, your downfall has already started.
Yeah.
And then, like Plug was saying, it sounds bad, but when you're chasing a demographic,
yeah, that's what happens.
It's what happens. Like, I think that's why Southwest was afraid to initially stop the free bags.
Yeah.
Because they felt like, okay, we were starting to get some different demographics coming over to Southwest, but then they felt like, okay, we finna lose everybody, but they didn't. Because once people experience quality, they stay in quality.
Yeah, man.
Like once you fly first class,
ain't no going back.
The regular economy. Like everything changes because of quality. Everything about quality. I didn't want to go into the whole breakdown because the definitions and all that stuff would tell you the difference between the two. But I think everybody is open to their own opinions about it. But I think it goes into it's the quality at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to sit on a paper thin seat on Spirit.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I'm a hood nigga. Like,
ain't nothing like as thin as this phone. As thin as this phone, dog.
Yeah. Like I'm used to the corner store teas. I ain't scared. I used to pay my $5-6. I'm gonna go get by 5 of them at one time. All white, all black, whatever. But these right here, these may be 15, but they hold on fade. That color don't run, and they hold comfortable. You understand me? So hey, that quality over quantity. Oh, that's a what's a name? That's an example.
Yeah, so like I see what Class say he fly with whoever the cheapest. I used to be that way. I used to be that way.
Yeah, I used to do that.
I used to be that way. I used to be that way when I'll never forget when Spirit got the direct flight from Shreveport, Louisiana to Vegas.
Yeah.
We flew because first of all, the convenience of not having to drive 3 hours to Dallas.
Yeah.
And then secondly, it was like low budget. Like you could literally fly to Vegas, and we went for bowling twice a year at that time. So like it was cheaper financially. But you could ask my brother though. Once I got more stripes and my life changed, I couldn't fly Spirit no more.
That shit over with.
Like at Classic, I'm just like you. You can ask anybody that fly with me. I go to sleep straight off the out of there. I ain't waking up until we land. But I still want to sleep and wake up without a crook in my neck and my back not hurting and feeling like I'm sitting on my butt hurting, sore, feel like I've had bed. What they call it when you stay in the bed too long?
Bed sore.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, if ever you see me sitting like this here in the flight, I ain't never flying with their ass again. You see me cocked to the side like this right here, trying to avoid these knees on the back of that seat. That shit over with.
But I will tell you this, Spirit. I will tell you this. I guarantee you, if people go back and look, Spirit probably changed a lot of people's lives, though. And the reason why I say that is because once people are able to experience travel, period, I don't care who you are. Once you experience travel and you get out of your home state, if you're one of those people who got a small town and you get to see the bigger world, Spirit probably changed a lot of lives. Like a lot of, oh, okay, cool. And hey, most black people, gotta say it, I know a lot of black people who scared to fly. It's like swimming. Black people look at the plane like the water. Can't swim, don't want to fly, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I guarantee you Spirit changed a lot of lives, man. And the reason why I wanted to show that video, because I like the history that the guy gave, that people didn't know that Spirit was in the air way longer than what it appeared, because it looked like it just popped up on the scenes, but they were always there. So, and Rain, you would know because you do logistics stuff. The military used to use charter flights a lot.
Yeah.
Charter was one of the military's biggest, especially for hops and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was cheap. It was cheap for families to travel.
They still, they still
yeah.
charter flights now. Yeah.
Yeah, so charter was actually, that's why I said charter and Spirit probably changed a lot of lives for sure. But I will tell you, this move was made for somebody to just buy Spirit. Spirit will be back. It'll change his name again, but it'll be back.
What they'll be this time?
I don't know, but I think it's gonna be Soul. What is it? Soul Flight? What it was called?
Soul Plane.
Soul Plane. It's gonna be Soul Plane. Yeah. So shoot, man. But yeah, shout out to Spirit, man. He said, "Thank you very much. They were digging into my airline profits." He said, "R.I.P. to Spirit." Racehead said, "Health tip: save the corn silk hair from your corn on the cob. Look it up. Has many health benefits." Appreciate you, Racehead. Shout out to Racehead in the chat. He said, "Jamaican healing knowledge." Appreciate you.
All right, for sure.
Yeah, he said, Frontier. Is that a subsidiary or subsidiary? What is it? Hold on, blood. What is it, Rain?
Subsidiary.
Okay. Shoot. Right, 2 for 2. There. He said, yeah, into deep said, yes, Southwest is a regional though. There are some flights you have to connect if you're going overseas in the Southwest hub. He said, I'm a one destination type flyer. I don't mess around with anything that has connecting flights.
It's tough.
That's something you can't avoid depending on if you're trying to go right into the smaller towns, though. I said, I fly whoever the cheapest. I have no loyalty.
I sleep through all flights.
Hey, them international flights hit different. So I already know you flew in comfort. I already know Classic flew in comfort because
when he went to Greece,
period. International flights hit different. Lay back, relax. Yeah. He said, corporate accountant told me a year ago to stay away from Chase Bank. And if anyone is looking to open up a bank account in our nation, just have your accountant open a EIN or LLC. Okay, shout out to Racehead. He said, go United. He said, flights inside the U.S. ain't worth spending. Flights too short. I'm asleep. Shout out to Tez, man. Great human experience today. 111 for Tez. Walk him down, Ted. He said the worst flights I ever been on are the ones in the Air Force when you got to jump out of the plane. So Spirit can't be that bad at my old age, at my comfort level. United has the best business. Yeah, them C-130s ain't no joke. Flying into Ali Al-Salim, boy, back bumping, you running on this, you just bouncing around the plane for no reason. Just crazy.
This is bro. In a C-130 flying low. I used to call the hell out of some
Class said I've flown with everybody. I ain't felt no difference at all.
Really isn't. Honestly, as long as you get the word,
I beg to differ.
Bro, you taller than me. Boy, I catch hell in them seats, bro. If I ain't
Classes said them Z's ain't got no feeling. I'm going to sleep. Right. Oh man, buddy, that boy fool. Ted said I fly too much. I'm just going to bed. Air Force plane rides are coach compared to Spirit.
I never got on Spirit.
He said United seats are uncomfortable. Spirit, JetBlue, Southwest, etc. They all uncomfortable. Ray says that people allow these corporations to cheat and cheat
out. Say the cheat.
Now we must reverse this trend and boycott the trash service. Nah, too many black girls want to go to Tulum and stuff. It ain't gonna work. International flights, I'm gonna spend that. Yeah. C-130 cargo. See, I told you them net seats the worst. Boy, you feel like your back broke when you get off that thing. He said jet.
wait, no, Souls, go back.
I will help you. Go back, bro. Look the name.
Pronunciation. Delta has probably tonight.
He skipped right past that bitch.
I'm not playing with the chat tonight. We're not playing with the chat tonight.
Yeah.
Just because y'all niggas, just because y'all T9'd it and copy it for Chat GPT. Nah, big dog, we got you. He talking about
She said no, so go back.
He talking about pronunciation, y'all, big dog. We gonna leave that right where he at. Delta has probably the nicest looking flight attendant, but United has the best customer service. He said, no, Spirit Ghetto, it's always ratchet stuff going on. You know what? I can't lie. I never had a bad Spirit experience. I can't lie. I never had a bad, I can't front on that, but I do see all the clips and the stuff that did happen though.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We had one of the funkiest niggas. Bro, that nigga, he was looking like somebody put him out and say, well, I don't give a damn where you go. Get the hell out of here. That's like, boy, he was killing us, but the lady behind us was like, she kept mouthing.
I'm gonna tell y'all what they plug. We got the most pettiest chat in America.
What they said, bro? What he said?
He said, so it's not a glitch. Look at Classic. You ain't gonna read that, bro. Y'all, boy, I'm telling you, man, y'all ain't good for nothing. Y'all ain't good for nothing. Wait till we start talking about this 1965, though. Wait till we start talking about this 1965 Jim Crow. I'm gonna get on that. Yeah. Y'all boys petty. He said that's why.
So look at it, move right along.
Hey, but y'all know what's funny? It's always a white person that's gonna call you out. Taking our rights away. They doing whatever they want these days. On the golf course making moves. Hey, the white people do what they want. Classes said the worst flight I've been on was United. The lady kept waking me up, offering
offering me shit. If you break my sleep one more time,
hey, Classic, the worst thing though is sitting on the outside seat and people keep hitting your arm. Oh my God!
No, these pissy bastards that be next to you, bro. They gotta get up and piss the whole time. Like that,
right.
Damn, baby bladder. What's wrong with you, baby bladder?
He said, "What picture you see?" Hey y'all, she said I came in at the perfect time, not the glitch. What's up, Roxy? What's up, Richard? Y'all welcome in. Boy, y'all petty, boy. Y'all are petty, man. Let me get this banner down, man. Shout out to Spirit, man. Yeah, it's been real Spirit, man. You had some great Spirit. You know what I mean? You gave some people some great years, bro. The black people will be on the ground for a little bit. So shout out to, everybody who ain't gonna be able to fly for a little bit. Frontier will take you. It's worse, but they'll take you. I always look at Frontier like the white homeless airline.
Damn, like the trailer park airline.
Yeah, because like when you think about it, every time you've seen a Frontier person, it always that one white guy that like he been traveling around the world. He going back to the West Coast, like Colorado. He got a sleeping bag.
When we bring a throw blanket.
like they really going to the Frontier. Like they really dress for the occasion. That's stereotyping, I know y'all, but that's what I see when I see it. He said in that window seat in the exit row. Yes, sir.
Yeah. They asked me where you been in person. I say, yeah. I'm open the door and get off first.
Hey, Classic. You know what's crazy though? Technically, when you read the handbook, You don't supposed to go to sleep if you sitting in the emergency seat.
Damn. They already walking past you going, some bitch. He ain't gonna help nobody. You gonna wake up, huh?
Plane already floating in the water. Emergency raft on the side. Classy just waking up. Nigga swimming to safety with all his energy. He said, "So don't get mad. I know you did." What he said?
A-B, all the way down your ass down.
No, big dog. My ASVAB scores were magnificent. I'm a great test taker, sir. That's very test taking is very easy.
That's why I was clerical. I was clerical.
Yeah, tests are not about the knowledge. It's about process of elimination. That's all people got to understand. Testing is not true testing. That's how I graduated high school. I ain't understand all them people that had to retake them tests in high school. I'm like, nigga, you don't know how to, bro. You know that ain't 1,000 on that math question. You got enough zeros to be 1,000. Eliminate, you know what I mean? Like, but you know, he said, man, I'm asleep. He said, if the emergency, I'm gonna disappear. Poof. What's up, man? What's up, Jay? What's up, Zilla?
Hey, Zilla, what's up, man?
Hey, Zilla.
He said, walking to purchase Spirit as an entrepreneur or qualified purchase to Soul Air. We will all win. No pain, new paint. Yeah, I agree. He said they're gonna, He said, Ray said, I'm dying with these strangers. He said, it's just sarcasm. I know you had to score well to be in the chair for us. Not really, dog. Not really. We got some people that score, about 30. 30, you can be whatever a cop or services.
You can be cooks. You know what I mean? You can be infantry.
Yeah, so shout out to everybody, man. Great segment, man. We needed that laugh. Great laugh, man. We about to move on to some things that is not as laugh. Well, some people might not laugh about it, but and some might. But yeah, if y'all haven't heard, we have a lot of people talking about the Voting Act of 1965. People saying that we are close to going back to Jim Crow, or is it just fear mongering? I'm gonna bring this to you guys in two different videos so that we can get two different perspectives. We're gonna have this guy go first, and then we're gonna play the second lady after him. So everybody, listen up, man. I really want to hear y'all opinions about this for real. So here we go.
Back in 1965, the Voting Rights Act was created to stop racial discrimination in voting. This is where folks get lost. The fuck am I? They don't take your ballot away. They just redraw the maps. Every 10 years, the states redraw their congressional districts. They decide which neighborhoods go into which districts, and that decides who your representative is. So if black people make up 40% of a state, then they should have 40% of the influence. First one is called packing, and the other one is called cracking. You can look that shit up on your own time, because I'm here to talk to the Caucasians. And yes, that includes Indians, Mexicans, and Asians, because I know a lot of y'all voted for DT too, and because you have a little bit of an easier time indoctrinating yourself into whiteness. Don't believe me? Have you ever been called an Oreo? So this is why I say it matters to white people, because this administration is trying to treat everybody like black people. Remember Alex Preddy and Renee Good, the two white people that got killed in Minnesota, and the whole country went ballistic? You really think that was the only people that got killed by ICE? No. Here's a list of minorities that also got killed that you probably never heard about. Now, what you've seen from Renee Good and Alex Preddy is the type of treatment that black folks have been going through forever. Now, white folks, I want you to listen very, very clearly. Your racism doesn't necessarily come from using the N-word. It comes from your silence. It comes from your lack of acknowledgement of honoring and respecting the history of what this place has gone through and how it has treated certain groups of people. And that lack of acknowledgement is the America propaganda system speaking through you. How many of you thought racism ended in 1865 when slavery was over? There are even black people who believe that. So they grow up in segregated societies, learning about people who don't look like us strictly through media influences. And you know what? We're pretty much brainwashed to believe that anyone who has darker pigmentation, their life just isn't as valued. Now, this administration knows they're probably not going to win because they're not very popular, and they're going to do everything in their power to maintain in power, which is why when midterms come around, they're going to try to make sure our vote don't really matter. And I believe white folks are starting to wake up and can make a huge impact in this next election. So if you don't want to vote on behalf of protecting black people, then vote on behalf of protecting yourself. Because if you don't, we're all going to live in an economic totalitarian surveillance state, which is a lot like the ghetto. White people need to
So that's his take right there. And then we're gonna bring somebody to the stage because you got to call out these people who act like they protecting us, but they really ain't protecting us. Shout out to Uncle Plugs boy, man. Here we go.
Hey, what's up? Onyx Impact, Black Male Initiative. This is Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render. 1965 Voters' Rights Act just got gutted. They gutted it. They literally eviscerated it, and it's now trying to make it easier or allowed it to be easier for states to redraw district lines to annex those most in need out. This is not just Black people and African Americans. This is poor people. So
now I know that ain't who I think it is. Game recognized game, and you looking real unfamiliar, Killer Mike. You want to talk about the importance of voting and the Voting Rights Act being slashed, but did you care about that back in 2016? No, the fuck you didn't. Killer Mike says he's not voting for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, and that was on August 12th, 2016. And for the people that be like, oh, well, he might have learned over the years. Let's see what Killer Mike had to say about Kamala Harris and Donald Trump in 2024. On Michael Track, talking that shit, he raps, I don't give a fuck who the president is if the president's not for me. Does he think Kamala Harris is for him? I think anyone holding the position of president can do the things that I like about Bernie Sanders, he says cautiously, pointing to the issues such as legislation of marijuana and tax increases to fund education. Will Kamala or Trump have the wherewithal to do it? I don't know. So you want to talk about the severity of the Trump administration and what they just did to the Voting Rights Act. But in 2016, you were uncommitted to Hillary Clinton. And in 2024, you said, will Kamala or Trump have the wherewithal to do it? I don't know. So you've been uncommitted this whole time. So do we need someone like you on the front lines trying to spread awareness and shit? No, the fuck we don't. You can go ahead and take a back seat, Killer Mike. Go continue to do your music. But as far as you in politics and trying to lead the Black community, we are good. It's like all of these people that didn't want to take politics as seriously as they should, now all of a sudden want to take it serious. And it's just like, you had your opportunities and you showed your true self. We don't want no parts of what you're trying to influence anymore.
So there you have it. If I had Classics thing, they kept the files. What is y'all thoughts? Y'all got to hear two versions of it. So what is y'all thoughts about the vote that just passed? And what do you guys feel about the whole the rezoning and things of that nature when it comes to voting and things?
Well, I always believed that they was trying to get him another term. So by any means necessary, it's going to be another term. They're going to try their damnedest to try to get another term. You know, that's just in my opinion. I was unaware of the act. I'm kind of mad that I didn't know. I'm highly perturbed, but I was.
hey, man! Shout out the plug. Honesty.
Yeah. So I'm literally like I've been down my little wormhole of laughter. I can't even lie. My timeline been tickling the shit out of me. So I ain't want to hear nothing to disrupt my my flow of happiness going on down my timeline. So I did not know about this. Now his opinion is his opinion, but there would not be any Killer Mike slammed over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like there would not be any Killer Mike slammed. You say that, you keep that shit to yourself, man. Yeah, understand? Yeah. Because Michael's still gonna play tonight. So at the end of the day, I don't care. But I like the first person guy. I like when white people try to bring attention to other white people. Like I was telling you, like it's nothing like having a white ally. You know what I mean? Like somebody that'll speak on behalf of us to them. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with everything he said. But I was unaware of the act, and I'm kind of pissed off that I didn't know, because normally I'd be on top of that. But lately I ain't. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot going on in this economy. You know what I'm saying? A lot going on with this. You know what's been going on at the job. You know what I'm saying? With this app situation. Yeah. If you and Scotty complaining, I know everybody complaining. That's been my main concern as of late. So I was unaware of this act. So so I appreciate you bringing it to my attention as well as the chat if they didn't know.
What you got for us, Raindrop?
I mean, at the end of the day, they're making it harder for them to really like challenge these districts. They're making it easier for other people to step in and not giving the minority people a chance to vote or a chance to their vote to matter the way the districts are being drawn. So when the states redraw this district, it's going to be harder to challenge saying, hey, this is not fair to these minorities. Why are you looking like that? So
it was something in my eye. I'm listening to you, Ray. It was something in my eye.
It's called tears. It's called tears.
I was listening to you, Ray. You cooking.
Everybody, though, at the end of the day, needs to go out and vote, regardless of how the districts are drawn. Just like Ray said, your local elections matter more than these big elections. So go out in these small, whenever your district, your state representatives are being elected and whatnot. Make sure you go out and vote, regardless of how you may feel. A lot of people don't vote because they think their vote don't matter. But if they get out there and vote, then your vote does matter. Boom.
All right. So I bring this to y'all, man, because y'all are like my good conscience, bad conscience. So I really bring these subjects to you two because I be trying to get understanding in my brain. So when Souls thinks about this, it's all fear mongering at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say that is because when we want a nigga in the White House, we bring out everything we need to do to mobilize voting for Black people. So does a act or redistrict or doing like a restructure of districts and counties and like, does that really matter at the end of the day? I want to, because I think we live so much in fear because we lack common sense of what we've seen with our own eyes. When they want to push an agenda, they mobilize everything that needs to be mobilized. Everything that needs to happen. If we trying to get a Black person in that White House, they picking you up from your house. They opening up more voting ballot booths. They doing every elementary guy there. We're gonna go get the senior citizens and pick them up too. We're gonna get everybody who got out of prison now who can get out vote. Like they do everything to mobilize the things that they want done. But then somebody would pass something or vote on something to bring fear back to the Black community because somebody said it in the chat. I think it's very true. It's the lack of participation of Black people thinking about voting. They always bring fear to initiate us to vote. They never bring positivity. Like last time, it was everybody needs to fear Trump. He's gonna make bad decisions. He's gonna do. It was all fear-based. Everything's fear-based because, like, the Voting Act of 1965 had three major things. It outlawed discrimination of voting practices, right? But we are some of the most top voters. A lot of Black people vote. Like voting numbers have went up.
I did.
Like they wanted to expand the access to voting for marginalizing groups. Well, I don't think our marginalized groups are worried about voting right now. We just seen them running over cars in Chicago. We seen them shooting out in Oklahoma yesterday on a Fun Day Sunday event in Oklahoma. Like our Black people who are in marginalized groups aren't really focusing on voting. Those people ain't even going to the ballot regardless.
That be the times when people are more focused on things that are more important to them. Yeah, and you know what happened when the economy started going crazy.
Yeah,
when that economy started going crazy, people start worrying about them pockets. That boy's stupid. Man, that's stupid. And when people start worrying about that pocket, they ain't thinking about politics. They try to get their mind on everything. They try to get ready. You know what I mean? They trying to get ready. They trying to get their money right. You know what I'm saying? folks trying to make sure they secure their jobs and all that, man. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I think it's more important things, if you ask me, brother. I think it's more important things, if you ask me.
I do too, yeah. And that's why I say, like, these are things that gets everybody distracted, dog. Like, for those who want to vote, they're gonna vote. And I wanted to bring a segment, but I was busy tonight doing this event. But like, I wanted to bring a segment because it was a segment that actually talked about, like, the numbers show that race really has nothing to do with voting, right? Because a bunch of black people put Biden in the White House. Like, race really doesn't dictate who's going into where. There were a lot of new black conservatives that voted for Trump. Like, your race really doesn't dictate who's going to be in office. It's all about, do you want a do you want a Republican or do you want a Democrat? It really has nothing to do with the race.
It's really about their stance. And I think a lot more, they're a lot more influential and more money getting black people, that they're more concerned about their taxes. And that was what I think swayed the black vote, was the taxes. The taxes and the economy. The state of the economy, what Biden had did, was assumed to have done. And then it was both.
I see Rain doing some research. What you got for us, Rain? I see you doing that research over there.
Yeah,
I see that A Boogie forehead. Go ahead.
You see me looking. So in the 2024 election, there was about 65% of eligible voters who voted in 2024. That's historically high, but there are still gaps between groups. White voters were the highest turnout overall. They tend to vote at higher rates consistently anyways. For Black voters, there was a historically strong turnout, especially in the presidential elections, but it was still slightly lower than white turnout overall in recent data. As far as Hispanic and Asian voters, they were lower than both Black and white voters. But this statistic is what stands out. People of color make up about 30% of eligible voters, but only 22% of those actually cast their votes.
And why is that so low, Rain? Why you think that's so low?
Prison and jail.
Yeah, but even outside of prison, go ask tomorrow. I want y'all to do a little project for me. Do a little consensus for me. Go ask everybody who is a person of color, are they registered to vote?
I can't ask my barbershop that. All them Negroes in there, but hey, they on they shit.
But I'm talking about, like, no, I'm just outside of your shop. Go outside the shop and just walk up to a random person, see if they registered to vote.
You talking about it in our area?
No, I'm just saying in general. Just go out. I think even in our area, you have some of those commuters, some of those people that just coming in for work and going back to Haltom.
Haltom.
Going back to Haltom, you know what I mean? Ask them, did they vote? You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's. But Rain, before we move on, can you go back, because you came into 2024 with Trump? Can you go back when Biden won and the votes when Obama won? Can you get those stats? I don't want you to sway the audience by just what just happened.
Buddha bandits. You heard me? Damn, my mic good.
Yeah. Nothing about you right at all. He was talking about a group of people, though.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was like,
so let's see. So in the it's not giving me. See, they be.
All right, while she looking it up, I'm gonna get through some of these chats real quick. Racehead, if you using big words, I am passing over them. Yo, years ago, Chinese boy cut man's. Yeah, okay. A greyhound while he was asleep next to him. I can't sleep alone around strangers. Oh, he talking about on the airplane. Okay. He said, when did Jim Crow leave? He said, I'm missing something.
I missed something.
Tristan said, I thought I was the only one. Classic. He said, tests are about understanding, not just trying. Yeah. Shout out to Jay Zilla for sure. Boy, this ain't nothing but a rebrand. Ted's about, yeah, he said Ted about to walk him down. Ted's busy tonight because he sure would have jumped in that thing. Yep. A brainwash university. Students out here pimping for Democrats. You see how you try to put that first word in there, plug? They tried to get back. They tried to get back to thinking votes matter. See that lack of participation. Thank you, Classic. Thank you. Thank you. He said it doesn't matter. Just get ready if you ain't ready. Racehead said voting at local level is far more important than the federal elections. Control the city councils, judges, and police chiefs.
Now that's what
Racehead. That's why the thing really matters. The 19. That's the rezoning. That's where it really matters. I'm glad, but my man, I cut you off.
Yeah, no, you good. That's what Killer Mike changed his stance when it was Hillary and Trump. He changed his stance. He started thinking about local because he said he already seen the play that was already happening. So you got to go watch his interview. Go watch his interview on Bill Maher.
Yeah, he a good
Bill
one.
Maher. Yeah, he had two good ones on Bill Maher.
You got it, Ray?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So starting in 2008 when it was Obama versus McCain, the black turnout nearly matched the white turnout for the first time in history.
Say that again.
The black turnout nearly matched the white turnout for the first time in history.
What?
You had 66% white, 65% black, 49 Hispanic, and 47 Asian.
Okay.
So in the 2012 election, which was Obama versus Romney, 64% white, 66% black, which was the highest of any group that year. So black voters had the highest turnout of any racial group, with Obama's second term being elected. Now in the 2016 election, which was Trump versus Clinton, white people 65%, black people dropped 60%. So the black turnout dropped significantly after Obama left office. Which that shouldn't have changed. That's what happens. That shouldn't have changed. Those black voters still should have came out regardless of who. Just because there's not a black person running, why not vote?
Say I'm gonna ride for my motherfucking nigga. I'm about to die for my motherfucking nigga. I've been grinding outside all day with my nigga, and I ain't going in unless it's with my nigga. They showing out.
In the 2020 election, which was Biden versus Trump, the white turnout went up significantly to 71%. Black was at 63%.
But blacks was at 63. Where was the blacks at for Obama? 60 what?
67.
66 and 65 respectively.
That's not a huge drop.
It's not a huge drop.
It's not.
That's not a huge drop.
In the 2020 election, there was the turnout increased across all groups, but the white turnout pulled ahead again.
So what happened?
It was 71%.
Can I ask this question?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen if he goes for that third term?
Who, Trump?
He can't go. He can't
Trump
go for
not,
a third.
He's not going to go.
Okay.
He can't go for a third term.
I don't think he's going to have enough seats in the House to make that happen. I think if he could, I think he rubbed some bad shoulders even in the House seats now. Like he messed up his Republican clan that he had. Like this is it for him. This is it for Trump. Yeah, this is it for Trump.
Next gonna be JD. You think the next gonna be JD?
No, JD Vance can't win.
So who do we have? Who's the candidate?
If you go Republican, and this is why I said that race isn't gonna matter, because I can see the black dude. What is his name? I covered him. Is it Donaldson or Byron? What's that? I can't think of his name. The black dude who Jasmine Crockett went at all the time. N2D, help me out because I know you know who I'm talking about. The black dude. I think he probably would have the best opportunity I think my guy ain't gonna ever come back.
Who Vivek?
Yeah, Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah, Ramaswamy.
Like that, like he's never coming back. He gonna try to get Ohio, and he gonna sit in Ohio. He's not coming back. Roxy said, just as I have observed, most action and change happens when fear has been instilled. Faster responses as well. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, but thank you for those stats, Rain. I just wanted to get them stats because people got to stop living in fear. And people have to understand that we all in this same program. We all, that's who he might have the best chance of winning president, and you will see a black turnout.
Let me look him up. Let me see if he fair skinned or dark skinned.
He like your color.
He my complexion. Oh, he black. He black.
He actually had a good interview that he did with he said, first black anything always gets my side eye. Fool's gold. Hey, but shout out to Rain, man. Thank you for bringing them stats. But I just wanted you to bring that clarity to everybody, because I think sometimes we get fooled by the things that are going on in the world, man. Don't get fooled. It's cool that the white guy want to get on there and put his Michael Jackson glove on and cape for Negroes.
Who?
But the white dude on the first video. That's cool. I don't like that, and this is what I'm talking about all the time, because I agree, I understand what Plug was saying about having like a good white ally, but I don't need my white ally to speak for us. That's one thing that I always have. That's one thing I have always said, even when the whole George Floyd thing happened, is that I don't need them to speak for us. I think we need to
stand with us, but don't speak for us.
Yeah. Be a silent supporter. Be a silent supporter. Like, I know you got my back. That's cool. But right now, this is something we got to ride out and go do. Like, because that young man gave a lot of education, but is he really impacted by this? You know what I mean? So it's just something to think about.
Ray said, I got a question for you, Ray said. Who would you like to see? Or no one at all? Who would you like to see, Ray said?
And he said, thank you, Into Deep. He said he gonna be running for the Florida governor, which he'll lose to DeSantis. Ron DeSantis got Florida locked in.
Yeah, he got it locked.
He got it locked in. He said, "What's up, D-Rob? What's up? I was just talking about you. That's the one who commented on our stuff at Kane the next night. Shout out to D-Rob, man. Shout out to D-Rob.
What's up, my guy?
Welcome, man, D-Rob.
Racehead said, you obviously know that the Boule is our worst enemy, right?
But say Black Boule hate me. I'm too cool, AC.
Yeah, D-Rob, we talking about a little bit of everything. We just got done talking about the Spirit Airlines shutdown. We now just got done with the change in the Voting Act of 1965. So now we're about to move on to our last topic of the night, to the good old Stephen A. Smith and Cam Newton. Into D said, look, I don't live in black community. I have been in it for over 40 years. And I would tell you my district's not going to change. Yeah. I agree with you, big dog. Yeah. So good conversation, man. Good conversation. I like these type of conversations, man. It seems like overall our chat is everybody kind of on the same page, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man.
So we're gonna move over to our last topic of the night, which is going to be Stephen A. Smith and Cam Newton. I thought it was only right to bring this over because we did discuss Cam Newton and Stephen A. Smith when we were talking about one of our series that we did when we talked about Cam Newton and Jason Whitlock's interview. So I thought it would be only right to hear what he had to say. We're going to start on the part when he talks about corporate America versus athletic independence. And that's what we're going to get our conversation off of tonight. So here we go.
NBA team leaves Memphis. What's that going to do for the local economy? You can't be on a golf course with a bunch of white boys flippantly talking about how they need to lose their team and it needs to move to Nashville. That'll have a very devastating effect on the local economy. And you got to be sensitive to that. And that was an excuse for Matt Barnes to bring up Jasmine Crockett, Representative Jasmine Crockett, or former Vice President Kamala Harris, or Serena Williams. Like, what? Really? So I'm looking at it, and then you're going to utter the word tap dancing when it comes to me? I work in corporate America. Fine. I've been blessed and fortunate to venture out. What did I tell you? Ask Shannon what I told him. Ask RC what I told them. Y'all are in blessed positions because y'all were athletes at the highest level who generated a source of revenue for yourself that came attached with a level of independence that networks don't have to attach to you. And as a result, they can't handcuff you. I was a journalist. I walked into the industry handcuffed. Do you know that if this interview had occurred last April of 2025, instead of April from 2026, I would not have been able to sit here with you without ESPN's permission? I'm 58. I was 57. We didn't have that freedom. You sign on, you're an employee. You are subjected to employee rights. You got all types of morals clauses and all of this other stuff that came with it. Anything that they deduced was harmful and detrimental to the brand could cost you your job.
Because if there's something that you said or do that they're not aligned with, you're
well, it's not so much that they align with, but ultimately they're deducing what is detrimental and harmful to their brand.
Correct.
As an employee across the board, no matter what industry you're in, most people other than athletes have to deal with that. Why do you think they resent y'all so much? You ever wonder why people are looking at athletes and they got this attitude, y'all unappreciative, you take this for granted, you know, y'all always are leaning on the money. Oh, people out there are jealous because they got to work a 9 to 5 and they don't make the money that we make. That's true, but that's not the only reason. The other reason is the freedom you have. Because as an athlete, there's a level of independence that you get to exercise in your case, and Shannon and others outside of the NFL, where once the season's over, you could go out there and you could do your thing, and you're not strapped and handcuffed the way an employee is. And so because of that, it's easier for y'all to venture out and take chances. I wasn't allowed to. I'm going to repeat. I never had this freedom until last May.
So I wanted to end with this tonight. Because I think this is a very, very important topic. Like when I heard what he said, talking about the corporate person versus the independent athlete, me and Plug talked about it a little bit on our 1181 yesterday. And I brought up a statement about this is why a lot of people do lead with their wealth. That's literally what Stephen A was trying to explain to Cam Newton, is that if y'all watch the whole interview, there's a lot of people wanting Stephen A to move a certain way because he's black.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen A is trying to explain to y'all that, hey, I've been climbing up this corporate ladder for 47 years, let's say 36 years.
38. Yep.
38 years. He's been climbing a corporate ladder that had nothing but rules and obligations that he had to follow.
He's been fighting for his freedom.
He's been fighting for his freedom for 38 years. And I want to pose a question to y'all. In the midst of fighting for your freedom, could you then develop a different mindset?
Of course you will. Of course you will. And in the defense of Stephen A. Smith, it's a debate show. Y'all have to understand that this is a debate show. If the moderator poses a question and the question is given and she chooses Shannon first, that means that if he takes the the protagonist approach, Stephen A. has to take the antagonist approach. Y'all always, I always got to come to his defense because people, I don't think they know the basis of the show or what the show is founded on. And the show is founded, it is a debate show. Do you know that I just sent you something that Skip Bayless is actually coming back to First Take?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that?
They need it.
They need it.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. This is corporate America. Corporate America. The reason why I went to be an independent contractor was because I didn't want to hear no. I don't want to hear no. I don't want to hear no. I got to take control of my future. I wouldn't want nobody to tell me. I come in, I was like, man, I don't give a damn what you put in front of me. I'm gonna get it done. When it comes to work, I'm not a stranger to hard work. I'm not scared of hard work. But corporate America is a different monster. And when it comes to that, you got rules and regulations and specifications that you got to go by. I know you go by that on a regular basis, my brother. Things have to be done a certain way. You got a SOP, standard operating procedures. And you got to follow that. And most people don't understand that they can call him Hoppin' Bob and all this right here. Man, it's a debate show, bro. If ever he takes the attack, well, you got to think that if I'm trying to win this debate and we're talking about a black athlete, unless he's the model citizen, you got to understand that taking the antagonist approach is going to win you the debate every time. It's just what it is. That's the nature of the beast. So that's why on most things I try, like I told you, I try to learn a person, understand the person, and see what makes them tick. So I won't get upset about the way they are. I won't get upset about their opinion. I won't get upset or ruffled. My feathers won't get ruffled by who they are. You know what I mean? I like that you took that approach on the corporate America and the changing of the mindset. I wish you would have hit that loyalty, bro. Because Cam says some shit, because you talking about people leading with their wealth, having to be afraid of losing money, and that money coming in between family and friends and loved ones. Boy, look at here.
What's your thoughts are, Rain?
Of course, unfortunately, being in corporate America, you have an image to uphold because not only are you representing yourself, you're representing the company you work for as well. So there's some things that if you don't want to be a part of that and have to hold yourself to their standard, because you're holding yourself to their standard, some people can't even be themselves because of fear of losing their job. So you have to be wanting and willing to hold back and not necessarily state all of your opinions because there's fear there that you could lose your job over a few words or your beliefs. That's why I don't at my job, I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about government. I don't talk about religion, none of that. Because at the end of the day, their feelings will get hurt and it'll be a bunch of back and forth and somebody will end up losing their job because your thoughts and beliefs don't align with what the company's mission is. And so, but my thoughts and beliefs doesn't have anything to do with my job performance. I'm there to perform a job. So it shouldn't matter how I feel or believe. But as long as I don't bring that to the forefront, then you should be okay. But I don't know where Stephen left from because, I don't get into all that. But having that freedom to be able to express yourself the way you want to and not be tied down to something. Because even I do disagree with him a little bit when it comes to being tied to the NFL and he said the off season. If you're still tied to the NFL during your off season, you still have to watch the way you present yourself as well. So I don't agree with him on that part because you can be in the off season and go out here and do something ridiculous and the NFL said, oh no, you're not coming back next season, so I don't agree with that part personally, but yeah, if we're tied to something else, we still have to watch the way we present ourselves publicly because if it doesn't line up with how their mission and morals and standards are, then they're gonna let you go. So And that comes along with being in the military as well. So, you know, so you were in the military, and it's some things you have to hold on to until you are no longer tied to that anymore, you know.
What I appreciate your response. Both of y'all response were great responses. The biggest thing that I took away from this is I'm going to always bring the elephant to the front of the room, because I think this is our biggest problem with our culture. I'm not talking about Rain, I'm talking about me, black folks. I don't think we respect the route that some people have to go and the things that they have to sacrifice to even be looked at as a black man who can possibly one day speak for his people. I think that's the issue with our culture and our society. I think white people take the story of their people, the struggle of their people, the thing their people had to go through, and then they pedestalize them to let them know that, hey, you can speak for us now. I appreciate what you did sleeping in that store. I appreciate you creating this new idea for us. People appreciate Amazon now. People appreciate people like Apple and Steve Jobs and all these different, like, white people look at the struggle and the things you have to go through as your story. Black people feel like, when I met you and you this guy, I need you to now speak for everybody. We don't really ever take a step back to understand that. I think that's the realest thing Stephen A. just ever said. Yeah. This man literally just got his freedom at 58 years old. And y'all don't think that it's going to take him some time to fully develop who he is? And in the midst of that, his opinions might seem Uncle Thomas, or he might seem like a clown to some black people. But his mind has been molded and shifted because he also seen people go his route and be successful. So you have to look at it all at the end of the day. Like, everybody's saying the system, and like, no, this dude just told you. We talked about this in our first Modern Flex about being a slave to the system, a slave to the algorithm, a slave. Like, he goes into some real conversations on here about Colin Kaepernick and how people thought he was a savior, but he didn't speak until he became a reserve and wasn't starting. Like, he talked about a lot of things that come to the forefront, but I wish more of our people would appreciate the person and what they had to go through to finally have a voice, and let's give them some time to be the voice. Because Stephen A. is only doing what has gotten him to where he is today. And I think what he's trying to speak into athletes like Shannon Sharp and Cam Newton, he's not trying to change them, but he's trying to tell them, like, hey guys, I already went this route. Y'all can take this route because y'all have independence and wealth. I had to get wealth, and I just got my independence.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a deep conversation, dog. Like, I'm gonna have to try to break it down on something else, but I just thought it was so.
We could bring it back.
Intriguing.
We do what we want to do.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was so intriguing because, like, just imagine how that has to feel, though.
Yeah, man.
Everywhere I go, I gotta fight. Everywhere I go, I gotta fight to prove my love. Like, everywhere he go, Stephen A. gotta now prove his blackness to black people.
Yeah, because it's just like, you got to look at it from both sides. When niggas are roguish and niggas are, you know, in the street life, it's like, if you don't add up to the street life, you don't add up.
Yeah.
Then you over here, you trying to leave this life and come over here. Now they feeling like you don't add up. There's just not just total acceptance across the board. You know what I mean? Like, I listened to the whole story where he came from, being a beat writer and doing all this, right? I knew that a long time ago, like how he fought to get on that show. I thought it was very strategic. You know what I'm saying? How he played up on the Skip Bayless and look at it come back full circle. That's why I sent it to you, because I was like, I will see what you think about this here. Because now it's coming back full circle. First you gave me a job, now look at me. You the blue wreck. Now I got to give you a job. Y'all don't nobody see how big that is. You know what I mean, bro? Like that's big. Like now you got to come back to me, and now I'm running this. You know what I'm saying? Like you threw me an alley. Not only did I boom that bitch, you know what I'm saying? Now I left. I kept the team running until you had to circle back, come back. You was doing a pod. Now I got you back on national television. What's happening? Back together. Reunited, and it feels so good.
Yeah.
We gotta start looking at the whole play first before we post that judgment. Everybody's not for the fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't for the fight. Everybody ain't with that. Just like all these people you would think on the other side or the palm colored side that everybody for the fight. Everybody ain't for the fight. Most of them do it just so they won't look a certain way to others. That ain't what they truly want to do. They just do it just so they won't look a certain way. We make it a must that we all got to stand in there. Most people, they do it just because of how it looks to other people, bro. Everybody ain't for the fight. He been fighting for himself. As soon as he get the bag, somebody want to turn back. You know, may turn on him. You know what I mean? Like, I still salute it.
And I appreciate everybody's opinion in the chat. It was just one thing I think right here. Ray said, as a black man with influence, he must build something for the people. If he wants that Muhammad Ali respect, they give back nothing but words and bravado. But see, I think that's our own perspective. Like we're projecting that onto Stephen A.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking someone just because they're loud and boisterous or they boast on TV that they want to be Muhammad Ali. That's just his character. That's what he does. Like that, like that, he's playing an act. You know what I mean? Like he's not like, I don't think we should like demand him to be what we want him to be.
Yeah.
Like
if you support him as a slave, don't criticize and don't ridicule him, man, when he a boss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't look down on the man when he was a slave. Hey, everybody got to climb that corporate ladder, bro. Everybody got to climb it. That's the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the job, bro. Like, I got many men that had to sit in my chair and we be sitting there chopping it all like, yeah, bro, you know what it is. And then they phone ring, they go, hey, how's it going? Yeah, this is Jared. All right. and he said, hey, man, sorry about that. Sorry for what? Man, you got to feed your family. I don't give a damn about that, man. Do what you got to do to feed your fam, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, right now, how we connecting, that's who you are. You know what I mean? No, bro, it ain't necessarily that, man. You got it, man. You keep all right. Them damn morals will keep your ass in that motherfucking poorhouse. You know what I'm saying? Why our morals got to be tied in with broke shit? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that, and it ain't the same thing. We having conversations, but you don't understand. Like it was perfect yesterday about JB called his man brother Shaduki every morning. He called his man brother Shaduki every day. But then when somebody else say something about him, hey, shallow to the front of this. Hey, you ain't gonna talk about my brother because they have a personal relationship. Most people miss that when he say, oh, I called such and such because we have a personal relationship. Oh, I did this because we have a personal relationship. I got the information because it's a personal relationship, because he has a job to do, bro. But that don't necessarily mean he don't have a personal relationship because he have to do his job and bash somebody for what they apparently did. That's public knowledge.
He said, I'm that man. I was faced with the same, made my choice too. My soul is more valuable than money. Why do you think he sold his soul though?
I don't think so. We got a job to do, bro.
Why do we attach that to our people? Nobody can get it out the mud. Does everybody have to sell their soul? Does everybody have to be a plant? Does everybody? Because like does everybody have to fall into that line?
Yeah, like that's just like the big dope boy that was getting all the weight and making all the money, right? And then you go out there one day and say, "Oh, nigga on the back of a trash truck. Look at this nigga, man. That nigga getting all the money." Is that the same thing? No, because he went backwards. See, he went backwards. So you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, I ain't trying to sell my soul in this dope game. So I went ahead and got this job at sanitation. Man, they got good benefits over here. But somebody still say, damn, dog, look at you a balling over there doing it. Man, remember he had the motherfucking cutlet, bro, that drop top, bro. We had the Louis Vuitton print on the seats. Now he over here on the back of a trash truck. Come on, man. Black people crazy, man. Black people, boy, I'm telling you, man. Boy, you can't, hey, boy, it's tough. It's hard out here for a pimp, man. You can't level up, man. That's just like telling DJ, oh, you ain't pimping no more, selling no weed no more, bro. Oh, you want to be a rapper now. Oh, I see how it is. That shit crazy. That's how I'm hearing it, bro. That shit crazy, man.
D. Rob said that's selling. What's selling out? You can't win in this community. You can't win, dog. Like, you can't win, dog. Like, our conversations
you have a black man at the top of ESPN, the biggest sport network in the world.
I feel give him a chance. He just told y'all he just got freedom. Last year, he couldn't even go sit on couches to do interviews. Let's give him an opportunity. Let's see if he does anything with it. Let's give him an opportunity. And then I would love to hear, because one thing y'all can say what you want. You can call him a sellout, but that nigga calling all y'all real ones out. Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes,
LeBron James.
He asking them to come sit down. Hey, come have a talk with me, since y'all the world. And see, that's what people don't want either, though. See, that's what's the worst thing, is a black man who knows a little bit more than you do.
That's dangerous.
See, some of these black guys got to be in the right room at the right time and heard every little birdie about Stephen A. Jackson, heard every little birdie about Matt Barnes, and now y'all don't want to sit with him face to face because he kept the files.
He kept the files. And that would hurt my feelings if it didn't come from a Dallas Cowboy fan.
He said, and Disney is the money. Now what? Yeah, we know that, dog. Like, we're not trying to disprove you. We're just trying to say, look at it from a different angle, Racehead. I don't think you have to sit up here and try to convince people, or we definitely ain't gonna look at you as a conspiracy theory, because I believe in conspiracies too. But I'm just trying to say, like, why don't we give somebody an opportunity to now show who they are after they just gave you their story? Like, he just told y'all, like, literally, dog, I couldn't even come talk to you a year ago. Let's give a man some time. Give him some time. Like, he told you what he couldn't do the past 38 years. That's like asking a nigga in prison to build you a house. He can't. he in prison. He can't build you a house right now. But he promised me when I was 17. Well, nigga, he been in prison for 21. Like, he can't build you a house right now. Like, I just feel like we got to give our people an opportunity, man. Give them an opportunity, dog. Give them an opportunity, man. Like, it's crazy. He said it's a difference. You're talking about industry that's selling out, bro. When you're talking about industry,
there's a difference. There's a difference. You're talking about industry that's selling out, bro.
He said, Coach always told me you are what you eat. Good one, Ray said. He said, you can't swim with sharks and not be one or the whale. But,
dog, like, can you give him, like, some kudos for ingenuity? You know what I'm saying?
I like what, this is what Classic said. He said, having to defend your blackness darn near yearly means you have wronged black people. I beg to differ.
Not when it's facts. You know what I mean? Like, even in that space, you got to know who to play with and who not to play with. He showed us his price point. Now we know what that is. I mean, you want that hard work that you've been putting in. Man, I remember there was a time on ESPN where this man was every fucking well. He would be on, because I Get Up wasn't there. It was the Mike and Golick show. I've been watching ESPN for forever. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So there was a time where he would be on the show before be Sports Center, then First Take, then Sports Center, then he'll be on NFL Live. He was everywhere. Then they started to showcase this man. Like, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, wow, man. Stephen A put in some work, bro.
A classic. Everybody doing something for a profit.
Every day. Every time you clock in.
There's nothing we're doing in life for free.
And most of them didn't even negotiate them pay rates.
Nobody doing nothing for free.
They
for free.
Came in and accepted those pay rates.
My biggest question would then fall back to if everybody in the chat feels this way about Stephen A, how did y'all stand up for RC when we had the beef about was he loyal or what he did and talking about Cam? Because that would put RC in the same category as Stephen A. Like they say, birds of a feather flock together, right? I mean, how real do y'all think Cam is? How real do y'all think Shannon Sharp is? How real? Like, so do y'all just consume fake people?
Man, if y'all notice, I mean, they got a number of black men around them every day, man. Darren Wooley, Ryan Clark, what's the other one? He don't bring nothing but black folks. And then when he's not there, he makes sure there's still black folks on that panel.
Classic. I think all black people cross black people at certain points. That's all perspective, in my opinion. A black person could take something you say out of context and feel you cross black people. This is all perspective. This is all how people look at things or how people read between the lines. I feel like anybody can feel that way about anybody.
And LeBron got a black coach fired and got a white coach that never coached before hired.
At least Classic consistent. He said they all for sale too. At least he consistent with it. That's my biggest thing.
Everybody in corporate America for sale, unless you're gonna quit. Everybody for sale. Everybody on Indeed, LinkedIn, everybody for sale. And then they gonna go in and ain't gonna even negotiate the price.
So Racehead said he was cool when he kept his sports. Then they went political. But see, Racehead, I don't even think I think a lot of this stuff too, though, is you just made a statement about doing something for your people. Let's say hypothetically, let's just play the hypothetical game. Let's say if he was a pusher of the Democratic Party. Not saying for you, Racehead, but I'm just saying for in general. Would that be him doing something for his people? And then would politics really matter? Because I think a lot of times politics matters to people when it doesn't sound like the politics they believe in.
If you could remember that and say that just verbatim what you just said. Because that's how I feel. I ain't gonna even lie. That's exactly how I feel.
Well, about the politics?
Yeah.
Like if he was politicking for the Democrats, I don't think people would care about his politic view. Most black people. Because he's not standing on the side that you want him to stand on. Now you judge his politics. That's why I said it's a lose-lose at the end of the day. It's a lose-lose at the end of the day. He said, how many entertainers are handcuffed and told they cannot bill for their own people?
Shit, majority of them belong to a brand that they can't even do. They don't even own their name, image, and likeness.
But it don't even matter. Plus, see, that's why I said we're going to talk about this again because this is a bigger debate.
Yeah.
Because niggas judged Kevin Hart because of the type of black people he was supporting. It was other black women tearing down Tiffany Haddish because she was Kevin Hart. Like, you can't win. Even when he put his own black people up forward, people were now mad because he chose Tiffany Haddish and not this black comedian, like Monique and all this stuff. Like, it's no win-win. Like, I could point out a fact for everything y'all like. I just try to see the bigger picture. Like, okay, is it really about his own people or not? Or do you want him to choose who you want him to choose?
You got to have a broader perspective.
Yeah, like
everything's not just X's and O's. It's always it's an area that everybody in some sense is gonna be compromised. Like niggas do that on a regular basis. We be having a certain type of conversation, and a white person walk in and they'll change the whole conversation. Like, damn, the conversation was flowing smooth. Why y'all change the conversation? Man, you already know, man. What? Man, I don't give a. I be like, man, I don't give a damn about that. I don't care. Cause you gonna sit in on this too. I want you to hear it, but they young, they don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
He said, I'm tripping. I thought I seen Plug sign floating by itself. It's just the camera moving.
Oh, yeah, it's slide with me. It's slide with me. Hey, oh.
So, Racehead, question for you, and we're gonna end this tonight. The question for you, Racehead. So, since you're not a pawn in the game, what are you doing to improve the system for Black people?
Because
that's gonna move the needle.
All the political parties, all the ones that they started to quote unquote name gangs. They were first organizations.
Hey, raise hand, list them because I want to go research them. I'm a researcher. You put them in there. I'll go read. No. I'll read any document, no matter how long it is.
But most of these organizations turned to crime because they couldn't get any funding. So that intent turned them into gangs. But at the same time, you can't do nothing without that revenue. And you can't go to war unless your money right. Not in, you know what I'm saying? You can't go to war.
They say you can't do nothing without revenue, even the revenue.
Even the revenue. Yes, sir.
Don't pass that collection.
Bars, classic bars.
Close the doors. We need 10,000 for everybody. So we
yeah. I mean, hey, we you know, like Classic said, I like when he says it. Hey, we supposed to be a solution-based platforms. So, Racehead, any solutions you got, man, put them in the chat so that we can support whatever you got going on. I mean, it takes nothing to throw a little money here and there. Whatever you got going on, let us know what you got going on. Let us research it, see what's going down. Like, I think that's another thing. I think some people hold their hands so tight that you can't even you can tell me anything. Like they say it's people on Mars. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. He said, I've been in the trenches with the revolutionaries for years. We feed, build homes. My cousin run charities. What are those? So we can donate. How can we donate? How can we donate? If we keep it a secret, there's no way it can help all Black people. He said, this is the internet. Let's keep it real. I'm serious. I'm serious, man. He said the funny thing is most people don't want to enlist the corporation system and use it to their advantage. He said, I do agree with you on that part. So that we need the presence of a Stephen A, even though we don't have a Stephen. Yeah. I agree, man. It's a good topic. These are good topics, man. These are good topics, man.
These just good talking points, man. Don't nobody take that. Don't anybody to take that personal.
Like old boy said on the quality over quantity speech, man. You only as real as you think you are. I mean, that's your own debate. We all you go to sleep yourself and wake up. You know what I mean? That's on you. So I tell people, man, hey, but I feel like if we're gonna make a change, we should be able to easily find, just like that, shout out to Killer Mike for lying to me. I waited in line for about 3 years for that bank. I was one of the first people on the website to get a part of that Black-owned bank. Nigga never got nothing. Like nothing. That's why I was like, for me, it's hard to even trust them. Hey, let me know where I can help, man. Let me know.
That's that verse he was saying. Black Boule hate me.
Yeah.
Too cool AC. I don't give a who the president is if the president ain't for me. I don't give a if weed is legal, if none of my niggas is free.
Yeah, see, In Too Deep. I never even got out the line, dog. I waited in line. I was waiting in the line. Like I was a Killer Mike fan, dog. Killer Mike had me. I ain't gonna lie, he had me. Like Killer Mike was spitting it. I was doing my research behind him. Like he was spitting it. But Killer Mike lied with that bank.
What did that black-owned bank in Atlanta?
Yeah, and I hate that you gave money to it In Too Deep. I was waiting in line trying to open my account.
I know what happened. Nobody trust their money with no niggas.
Hey, man,
That's what happened. Niggas,
Yeah.
nigga put something in, man. What my interest rate gonna be? Bro, we just getting started, bro. God damn, man. Just drop the bread off, man, and get the hell up out of here, boy.
He said, but you couldn't get a bank charter. You can't get a bank charter for black corporations. You have to go through the certain proxies. Yeah. Man, shout out to everybody tonight, man. Great conversation. Racehead, In Too Deep, Classic, Jay Zilla, Too Tight. Who else we had in here, man? Jen, D-Rob, the Dallas Cowboy fan, of course. You can't miss the Cowboy fan. Talked about the whack Tampa Bay Bucks, man. He talked about that.
Man.
And then we had Roscoe in here asking about, did Popeyes come out with a new sandwich? Shout out to Rossi. Shout out to Rigid. So shout out to y'all, man. Trishan in the paint. Tez was in the paint. Appreciate y'all coming in tonight. Sko was in the paint earlier. Sorry we went on a little late, big dog. BG was in the paint with us. Shout out to BG. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Great conversation, man. I think we should have more conversations like this, man. I want to see what are some solutions. What are some solutions for us to move things forward and stop living in fear? Because I think the whole night breaks that down. Eventually, everybody was living in fear, regardless of their choices they made. So on this, not saying us and people in the chat, but the people we watched, they were living in fear, which dictated a lot of things that decisions they made. He said, I agree. Tampa can't eat it. They took Bruce Aaron. Yeah. So y'all got anything else for him before Rain hit that beautiful outro?
Make sure y'all tap in tomorrow night. We got some interesting topics tomorrow night. And Wednesday night, we're going to be doing Rewind, where we go back to our second episode of No Middleman last year. So we're going to lead up to our year anniversary on July the 1st. Thursday night, of course, you have my call-in show. So make sure y'all tap in with me. Y'all can call me directly, and we can talk on the hotline, Soft Rain hotline on Thursday night. What you got for him, Plug?
Hey, man, appreciate y'all tonight, man. Appreciate y'all this weekend with all the love, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Shout out to my nephew, Doe, man. Appreciate you pulling up on me last minute, man. You did it out of the kindness and love of your heart. Respect to you, my brother. Man, appreciate everybody in the RSC. Appreciate everybody in the RSC family and community, man. We appreciate y'all. Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate everybody. I do want to send a shout out to Rain, man. Y'all make sure that y'all send new people over to her hotline show. And the reason why I say that is the only way to build that show, it can't be myself, Plug, Classic, In Too Deep, Too Tight. It can't be the people who are regularly here calling in on that show. She needs a new audience, guys. We need to be there to support her, but we need to make sure that we're bringing people over to her channel. Since we're talking about being real, we talking about doing all these things. Be real and bring somebody over to somebody that y'all say y'all support. That's the way we can move the needle and we can move this algorithm so y'all can see more of conversation with Soft Rain. So on Thursday nights, man, I know all y'all got to have one home girl that y'all can send this over to. It ain't got to be no dudes. Send it over to some to one of your sister, your aunt, or somebody who just want to, your baby mamas, all that stuff. Go ahead and send that over so that y'all can make sure that she has some different voices call in, man. It'll make the show even more worth it, better quality. You know what I mean? So we appreciate everybody who supports, but make sure y'all send that out to a friend this Thursday. Tomorrow we'll be doing the finale of the Modern Flex. We'll be ending our finale with that. And then on Wednesday, as Rain said, we'll be doing the Wednesday Rewind. We'll be doing our second episode of No Middleman that y'all never seen, I know for sure. because it was way back in the day. So we're gonna be bringing that out and breaking it down. So appreciate everybody. And like Rossi said, hey y'all, before you close out, make sure you already hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, man.
Definitely.
He said them fighting words, plug. She said, what we talking about? She don't know, Rox.
I don't know. Roxy, drop it in the Discord. Give me some topics in the Discord. Yeah, and if y'all want to send an anonymous email, my email is conversationswithsoftrain@gmail.com. I will read it anonymously, and we will hash it out on live on Thursday. So you can do that as well. But yeah, drop some topics in the Discord. Let me know what y'all want to talk about.
They consider what, right?
Anonymously.
Go ahead and close us out, right? We appreciate y'all.
All right. And that's how we do it here on No Middleman, real conversations, raw perspectives, and no filters. Shout out to everybody who pulled up tonight and added to the conversation. Whether you agree, disagree, got your feelings challenged, we appreciate y'all being part of the dialogue. And if you enjoyed tonight's discussion, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this stream with somebody who's not afraid of real conversation. And don't forget, the conversation doesn't stop when the stream ends. If you are catching this on the rewatch, make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments. Let us know where you stand, and we talk back. So until next time, for myself, Soft Rain, Uncle Plug TV, and Souls of Thoughts, we are signing off. Good night, and remember, the truth don't need no middleman.
Yeah. This ain't no handouts. No shortcuts. No middleman. No middleman. No middleman. No middleman. Middleman. No middleman. No middleman. Middleman. No middleman. No middleman, I get it direct. Pressure talk, I don't deal in the flex. Cut the line, I don't wait, I collect. If it's mine, I'ma claim my respect. No middleman, I move with intent. Boss moves only, every dollar was spent. No favors, no deals, no rent. Built from the ground, out the whole game bent. Started with a vision, had to cut the distractions. No handshake, just results and reactions. They was talking plays, I was making it happen. Turn losses to losses, then flipped it to passion.